Alright, how's it going, everybody? Back with another Auburn video. I didn't come with the camera this time because I felt like I was going to just show some statistics and some images of how I felt about it. Let's get straight to the video. I did a prediction earlier. I might drop the video in the description. Actually predicting this game. And I wanted to do a dry prediction of the rest of the season without knowing elements and schemes and lineups and such, but video got lost files. What can I say? Technology, man, it's something else. So I watched this game, whole game, pretty much nothing but the game. I had nothing else to do today, and I had I really didn't have any expectation going into it. Like it's pretty much just me, for the most part, just watching and just enjoy it because I've been pretty burnt out on Auburn football and disappointment for quite a while now. But oh god, you're right to get out the video. So yeah, I've been disappointed for a hot minute, but I was like, yo, I think Auburn has a chance. I mean, Washington, of course, it's the same thing you've heard from everybody. They're undersized. Got blew up by Alabama, who's pretty much the same team back then as we are now. All that stuff, and ended up really, I would say, in that first quarter coming to fruition. We looked like the better team by far. You look at this. I feel like it's a misnomer in many ways. Like that should have easily been like I want to. Okay, we got the touchdown, of course, and then I didn't. The only play I missed was 2 point conversion, and I missed that switching some streams, and that was an awful decision. Almost cost us a game late, and if Washington wasn't completely impudent, but we clutched it out. But yeah, it should have been 7-3, and then the field goal. Did we miss a field goal in the first? I don't know. I know we missed one in the first half, but I don't know if it's the first or not. Um, I can't remember if we did or we didn't. But I know we missed a field goal in the first half. I felt like it should have been a 14-0 first half, though, at least. Even counting the missed field goal. And this man Gus is a goober, man, in many ways. But but that first quarter, easily Auburn dominated. Look at the physical team. That's how Auburn always is. I mean, it's a clear script. You look at it, you can pretty much tell every first quarter with this team is scripted to some degree. And I mean, it's just that's what we do. What 93%? That's better attempts I thought we actually had. The rest of the game, or let me not say the rest of the game, but for at least 2.5 quarters after that, the entire second and third, and the beginning of the fourth, Washington clearly like the better team, or at least like the more composed team. Let me say that we had dozens upon dozens of times to finish this. And I don't know if the stats reflect the game, because I mean Washington got a lot of pretty decent amount of stats in the middle 2 quarters especially. Yeah, like possession, all this stuff. It does point in our way, but it's not the disparity that it was in the first half. It was clearly an Auburn game in that regard. Um, but as far as it actually ended up looking, I would say it ended up being pretty close because of just how bad we gave up. The 2 turnovers, repeat. I think it missed like what? I think it ended up missing 2 field goals. Right? I'm pretty sure, maybe just one. They just had so many like they had the benefit of the penalties and such, but it felt like they were the sloppier team when it was actually time to like score. We were just sloppy with capitalizing on those mistakes, I suppose, in a way. Um, but yeah, I'm just giving like a general like. I mean, if you watch this game, you understand exactly what happened. You had two elite defenses, one elite in the back end, which forced. Honestly, Washington's front seven got looked a lot better than they're supposed to in this game. Nobody respected their front seven, and I looked actually pretty good in this game. I mean, maybe it's a part of our offensive line being terrible. Maybe that's also a factor. But, but, but they did excellent, honestly, in my opinion. Our front seven, I was coming into this. Of course, I'm a homer. I was coming into this thinking like, yo, people are not respecting us as much to say that like we're not even close to Clemson's front seven. I thought it was a lot closer than people were giving it credit for. I remember last year playing them, even with us having a clearly inferior like offense and coach and quarterback, at least in terms of mobility. I felt like we were pretty much just as good as Clemson's front seven one v one. It's just Stidham took so many, you know, retarded sacks that it just ended up going one or the other. Forgive my language. I couldn't think of another word to describe how bad some of those sacks were. But goodness gracious. Um, but yeah, defenses, I would say, they pretty much offset in terms of like actual value in the end. Um, we might have been slightly better just because the front seven was just slightly better than theirs, and we stopped their running game completely. Well, I think our running game getting bottled up. I feel it's more just as insolent blocking. Like these people just they just couldn't hold up in the middle. Like I don't know how they were so bad, but it was amazing to me how bad they were in the middle. Like Caleb Kim, I could see him losing his job to I believe Brahms. Like going into the LSU game, giving that ASU game to work it out because he was awful. The run blocking was really bad. The pass blocking, it wasn't the worst. Like I don't want to go completely off of statistics, but I don't think the sacks point too much one way or the other. Let me see. Yo, they don't have sacks on this. They don't have. Apparently, they don't have sacks on. I don't even know why I bother with this with ESPN. I like to use CBS Sports because ESPN is just shameful. Um, I wanted this to go crescendo in the actual conversation at some point. So I'm gonna skip ahead and just think about the fourth quarter here. The most important thing to me about the fourth quarter that I've never seen in the Auburn, well, no, not never, but I haven't seen the Auburn in quite a while, is the ability to fight and scrap in a close game. 2018, whoa, wow, excuse me. The audio flipped on. 2017 close game. Auburn was an automatic airline situation. Scrap up against Georgia, loss. Alabama, they pulled that out, but I mean it's kind of like it's because like Jalen pretty much played into their hands. UCF game and L, LSU game and L, Clemson game and L, and then the year before that, 2016, it's pretty much most of the same thing. They didn't really. I guess they had a couple close wins because like of Sean White getting hurt and all that, but the LSU game too that year. I don't know. It's only 17 years though. They didn't. They close games. They were like almost certain to lose in the end. It was like 99% accuracy. But I feel like this was a program shifter. They came in there. They fought the whole time. Made a lot of mistakes, but did enough to get out of their own way in the end. And I think that like this is their floor, defensively and offensively, because the front seven is incredible. The skill position talent, receiver, incredible. Running back, it looks pretty balanced to me. Like I like Cam Martin. His speed is gonna have to be like his saving grace. He wants to stay ahead of Booby because Jatavius just looks like a better running back to me in every way. Not every way, but in what you need out of Gus's system because Gus is gonna run the ball. Even though we had 36 attempts, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a situation where you have to like run up the middle, and sometimes you have to run a stack boxes to make stuff happen, and that's just not Cam. Cam, his vision in the middle also isn't that good. He runs with Corey Grant a little bit. Corey Grant's vision outside off tackle was years better than his vision inside. But that's just how it is with speed back sometimes. I don't want to paint Cam in any type of way because he's also a great receiving back, and he wasn't that bad pass blocking. But his interior vision, it's just not Booby's level. But even then, that running back by committee is really good. I want to see some more speed sweeps. I feel like Shivers or Anthony Schwartz, who runs like a forward, a 3-1. I'm pretty sure an actual 3-1. We got so much speed. I don't know why we didn't run these like sweeps and then play action off the sweeps. I feel like the sweeps were a pretty big part of the offense in 2013, but I guess maybe the mobility, lack thereof, what Stidham, Gus presumes that make it different than it was with Nick Marshall. I don't know, but yeah, running back is still pretty good. Their sweeps will always be as an option. Stidham look better, than he did this time last year. But he still got to hold the ball less. I hope he learns that quickly because the passing offense is still stymied by the fact like his eyes go down very quickly, and he's just not a real gunslinger. Like he doesn't take risk very often throwing the ball, and sometimes that's to the detriment. Like, if you're watching a Tua game right now, Tua takes some risks that are just mind-numbingly stupid, but that's the mark of a great quarterback, so you can make those throws. And I feel like Stidham has always been like good, not great so far at Auburn. He's got to take like just sometimes get outside the pocket and just make those throws. I thought he progressed in the first quarter, but once he started getting worn down by the hits, he just went back to the old Stidham where he just pretty much trusts nothing. Like he just goes out of bounds or he runs up 7 feet and then gets hit or falls down. And you just need more consistency out of Stidham. But kicker, I forgot to mention special teams. The punt return game looked years better. Ryan Davis was a great addition back there. I hope we get to see Schwartz and Shivers back there too sometimes because I feel like you want shiftiness. That's how someone explained to me was that you want shiftiness back there, not just straight line speed. And that's the first time that we've had shiftiness in quite a while. This is actually pretty like this is gonna give us like the probably top 6 or 7, maybe even fifth. I think because this was a very impressive W when you think about like the spread was 2.4 points and we beat them down for like an entire half. We didn't dominate the spread. Like, it's 2.5 and we finished with like 5, but the performance, it makes you believe that this is a pretty impressive dub. And yeah, the kickers, Anders Carlson. I don't remember exactly how Daniel started out, but I feel like he's probably the same wavelength. Like his leg is stronger from what I've heard, but the accuracy is not quite there where it needs to be. But again, he's a freshman. I want to say redshirt freshman, maybe true freshman. I don't, yeah, redshirt, definitely freshman. Um, that's about it. I'm gonna preview the Alabama State games. I know it's like 10 minutes going now. I'm gonna preview Alabama State game soon. That should be pretty much just a work in progress. Just working through the motions. I think we're gonna see a lot of the backup receivers. I feel like they want to show more than what they did with them. Seth Williams was elite, but they didn't give him too much touches down the stretch. Um, we saw some of them getting a penalty. That's about it. We didn't get to see Cedric Jackson, Schwartz, who I evidently like. Matthew Hill's really good. We didn't get to see him either. There's a lot for them to show. I feel like they kind of held a lot to their vest because it doesn't matter if it's a close game. If it's like the first 8 games, Gus probably won't show anything. The only time Gus shows really anything is Georgia and Alabama and going forward. And he evidently didn't see enough out of Washington to respect them to show the rest of the talent, which is we won, so who can blame them? But you can't keep on doing that, Gus. Anyway, 21-16, really good game. I like to see the future going forward. We shouldn't lose until we go to Athens. Like there shouldn't be a threat to. There should be like double-digit favorite going forward, especially A&M looking really, really, really scrappy against that Northwestern State team, and LSU's gonna lose to Miami. That's a fact. You can bet on that right now. Mississippi State, they're not betting on Washington. I'll tell you that right now. Should be 9-0. I'll come back for the ASU game soon. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. War Eagle. And go peep the Washington prediction to see how I did. Peace.